friend, Dr. Rhonda Lawson. We've been running in circles now for a few years and met up at a few events. And then I saw her post and I'm like, she's always a wealth of information and experience and all that good stuff with marketing and promotions. And now she is tapped into being one of the experts and leads in the AI world. So let's have a conversation. So, first off, Brooks, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from and tell us where we can find you on social media.
My name is Brooks Crittenton, also known as TLK Poetry. I'm from San Diego, but you can catch me everywhere. Currently, I live in Mexico. And if you want to find me on social media, TLK Poetry on Instagram, TLK Poets on Facebook, and I also have a website, rnmbtlkpoetry.com. So yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Dr. Lawson?
Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Rhonda Lawson. First of all, Julia, thank you for once again inviting me on your platform. I love coming over here and talking with you.
I love being over there with you too. Come on, Laura. Let's do this.
So, as you mentioned, I am the owner and I am the creator of Meet the World Image Solutions. I'm a publicity and literary services company, and I am also the author of 25 books. My latest book is Surprise Swipe Right, which is my first actually holiday novella, which is also my first romantic comedy. And it's done pretty well this year. I actually really had a ball writing it. I was almost kind of sad when I was finished writing it because I was just enjoying hanging out with Miss Loretta.
Yeah.
And I just have fun even talking about the book.
I understand. Where can people find you on social media?
People can find me at Meet the World Image Solutions on Instagram. You can find me at MTW Image Solutions on TikTok. And of course, you can find me on Facebook and Threads. I hang out a little bit on Threads, but mostly you can find me on Instagram and on YouTube, where I host Horizons with Meet the World Meet the World. I'm about to say Instagram. Meet the World Image Solutions. That's the name of my company, right?
Right, Meet the World Image Solutions. Yeah, we got that.
This is what happens when you get off work and come straight to a podcast.
Baby, listen. At least you're here because I've had them ghost me, so don't worry. I'm just glad you're here. So we've heard about your book. So Brooks, tell us about your book. It's just Christmas with a line through it. So teach the people, tell the people.
Yeah, basically the idea came from my wife. It was actually before we just got married. She tested my pen and was asking me because she loves Christmas, and there was something I was saying that they don't have a lot of Christmas classics anymore, you know. So my wife now kind of tested my pen and was like, let me see if you could write a Christmas story. And I wasn't really in the spirit, but she was bringing it. And yeah, so I wrote it, and it was a really good, like she said, it was a really dope book, great story, short story. And yeah, it's about Gideon in winter, you know what I mean? So yeah, you know, it's a really nice little love hallmark, you know, little actions, you know, it's a little nice Christmas story.
Poet Brooks writes like the poets of old. Like he writes in poetic style, but it's a whole story, you know, like the poems that I never did like reading, like, you know, that's all the other people and Greek and all that. And it's like I'm confused when it's ending. So to actually meet a poet who writes totally in story rhyme and story meter is amazing. It just really is. I think taking the time to do that is a little bit next level, because the most of the, poets today, they're painting a picture. They're writing, we get it and we do the snaps up, but as far as really having a deep dive to poetry and telling a story that actually, oh man, that's a whole nother level. So Brooks is always unique in that he's done novels, and now he's done a holiday. So this is like a big twist to it. Now, so therefore I always like to get his take, because he really literally thinks outside the box. I mean,
I love
literally
that.
thinks outside the box. Yeah. It's totally different with poetry,
Thank you.
and something that I always advise poets to do. They're like, oh, I just like to write my poetry. I don't like to read it. And I don't want to say it. And I don't want to record it. Well, Brooks does all those things. And so therefore, he has multiple streams with his poetry, which is totally different than a lot of, they just want the book and people to buy it. But you got to give it, the old song, give the people what they want.
Poetry is multi-sensory. There are some people who
Yes,
want to hear it, some people who want to read it, and you have to be able to
exactly.
get people from all of those different senses.
Yes, exactly. And so,
Yeah.
when you're willing to branch out and actually do that, that sets you apart. I'm just going to say it. I mean, it sets you totally apart from other people. And I'm proud to say that, that I know him.
I'm proud to
Oh,
be under, you know what I mean? I'm proud of
The
being under
people
royal
know us.
media. What you
I
mean?
know. I know.
I
Brooks
am
is one
proud
of
to be
those.
under. I'll never leave a royal media. That's
But I'm
never.
telling you, Brooks is one of those people who you meet and you think, okay, he's young, he's not going to do nothing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, oh wow, he can really spit. I turned the camera around and had it on his face, and he went for it. He had a whole poem memorized, which I was jealous of, because I'll memorize my poetry. And
yeah,
he
I
went
don't
for it. I
either.
was like, oh yeah, no, because me, what we like is to have the book in front of us. So we're going, I want to read from it, but I want you to know I got a book about it. So I always tell them, even though you can read, you memorize, pull your book out and read from your book. Just pretend like you reading from your own book, even though you know how to do it. Oh yeah. So we spend a lot of time with marketing and promotion with Brooks.
Nice.
So mine
Yeah.
is, I have two. I have an anthology, The Miracle of Love at Christmas, which I've done with 9 other authors. And then I wanted a children's, really a children's book. It's a picture book. It is multicultural, so there's all ethnicities in there, which I was really inspired to do. Now I love my people, but I want to serve a larger audience, so I like to serve all people. And
Yes.
so therefore, so it's multicultural, and it is celebrate Christmas, the lights, the candy, the roasted nuts on the street corner, all of those things that people and kids like about Christmas. And so therefore it was, I know before we went live, we started talking about it's an experiment. And it really was an experiment. And I'm always thinking, now this is a huge marketing tip that I have for anyone, even if you have not written a book or have not done anything holiday related, is that you need to get out there early, because by September and October, it's crowded. It's
Mhm.
already, oh, we got this on sale, we got this on sale. And so I understand a little bit now about the Christmas in July, because you can get people wheels turning a little bit earlier, and they can add it on the list. And I know some people who start shopping in the summer, hiding it in the closet, hiding it under the bed. They got certain places under lock and key away from kids. And so I just think for this experiment that it really needs to be important
Well,
that you get out in front of everybody. Go ahead.
I'll tell you what I did. When I knew that I wanted to do my holiday book, I started promoting my book before it was even done. So during the late summer, I was already promoting the book. I had already had the cover designed, so I started dropping nuggets about the book during the fall.
Yeah.
And I had actually already started kind of a bit of a campaign
Right.
about the book. I had already started. I wish I had the flyer for it, but when I went to the National Book Club conference, I had already had a flyer. I had a QR code, and I was handing it out to book clubs, letting them know that this story was coming, and putting people on the list and giving them kind of a the first two chapters,
Right.
letting them know that they could have a sneak peek of it. Just trying to get people excited about the story.
Right.
And then when the book dropped, I actually dropped the book in October, before the Christmas season.
Right.
So that way I could start getting book sales before Christmas, because by the time the holidays came, I wanted this book to actually have been out already. I didn't want
Right.
to start Christmas sales at Christmas. I
Right.
wanted people to have been reading the book by Christmas.
Right.
So I think that's part of the key as well. Don't start trying to drop a holiday novella or a holiday book at the holidays.
Exactly.
Start trying to sell this book prior to the holidays. Like right now, this is Christmas in July. If you know that you want to do a holiday book, start promoting that book now.
Exactly.
Start getting people to think about that book now, so that way by the time the book drops, and hopefully the late fall, like maybe September, October time frame, they're already excited about the book.
Exactly. Exactly. And then the other thing too is that the cover gets your kind of your appetite ready.
Yes.
So I mean, your cover is very bright. Mine is. Brooks's is like, what in the world is that about? Who scratched out Chris? Are we having Christmas? Are we not having? It's beautiful. It's like white and got they got the tree, and then you got the word Christmas and a line through it. I was like, okay, that's brilliant too, because that gets people like, what is that about? But then I think a lot of times people don't take it to the next level by telling people what it's about and why they need it, all the parts of full marketing and promotions, because they just like, the cover's enough. No, the cover's not enough, because even though you're early, you still have to do all of the marketing and promotion things to make sure that people are excited about it and interested in it, and it's something new. And then the movie channels, they do it. You don't have to think about it. But a book, you want to be making sure that you're inspired by it and wanting to do it. Now, one of the reasons why, y'all can tell me why y'all actually picked a holiday related story. I know we talked about it being an experiment, but I really kind of like the holidays. I'm not big. I'm not decorating the house and all that, but I still like it. I like to watch all the Christmas movies. I know all the songs. I've even written my own Christmas song. I mean, from original Christmas song myself, A Christmas Miracle. And so it really kind of evolved even around the miracle, love at Christmas, A Christmas Miracle. It came to me, the whole 9 yards. So, I've actually written a Christmas song, and I start running it about September in my podcast and my reels, on my stories, the whole 9 yards. I start about September. So I really like the holidays. I don't like doing a lot with the holidays, but I like it, the whole thing. Jesus is born, and and everything works out because it's Christmas. Everything works out because it's this. So I love all the parts about the holiday, but other than that, I'm like, it is what it is. So why the holidays? Why? Besides an experiment, what about it did you include in the story that really brought the holidays to life, that would, you think, appeal to a reader? Go.
Okay, I was saying you can go, but okay, for me, um, like I said, I used to really enjoy Christmas. It was the spirit of it when I was a child, and for some reason it went away. And when I brought my when I when my wife came into my life, you know what I mean, and she introduced this and loving that type of spirit and bringing it back in my life, and challenging me to write a story, I felt like it was a cool idea to do something with the lore that's already there and then creating it in my own. So, using little tidbits from, like, Rudolph, or having an example of Santa, using the lore that's already there, but continuing the story, but in my own way, in this world, and making it like a love heart, like it's a it's a nice love story. It's a nice um Christmas feels, with a little different, with a little something in the background, something that I feel is a good vibe for the family to read.
Okay. Well, I need for you to read a piece, so I need you to spit a little bit of it. Okay. So go ahead and find the piece while Dr. Lawson's talking, and I need for you to.
We're reading pieces from our books today.
We can't. Well, he's the poet. I
Oh,
always.
okay, okay,
Yeah, the poet. We don't have to. We
okay,
the novelists. He's the poet.
okay.
What parts of your story swipe right, especially swipe right, that's
Well,
the ode to technology and all the things. So
well, there were lots of reasons why. Well, first of all, just going back to your question, I love Christmas stories. One of my favorite parts of Christmas is to curl up in bed with some hot chocolate and my grandmother's pound cake and watch Christmas stories. Either my grandmother's pound cake or my great aunt's sweet potato pie, either one of them.
oh yeah,
And
either one will work, huh?
yes, exactly. And watch the Christmas movies. I love a good Christmas movie. My favorite movie of all times is A Christmas Story.
Oh yeah, oh
I
yeah,
and I can watch that movie on repeat.
yeah,
So but with this one of the things I love about Christmas stories is that they're very pure.
yeah.
There usually are not a lot of cursing in them.
No.
They are there's always some type of a happy ending. I don't care how
Mhm.
corny it is, you're gonna
Yeah,
watch it.
yeah.
There's always going to be a happy ending. Um and it's always about love. It's always some type of a love story. And so if I was going to write a romance, it had to center around Christmas. So with this story, it's called Surprise Swipe Right. And it's about a daughter who wanted her mother to start dating again.
Mm.
And I wanted it to center around older people. So the daughter is actually an older daughter, an adult daughter, my age. Um, and she wants her mother, who's a senior, to start dating again. And the mother is like 70 years old. And she's like, Mom, I know you're happy with your life, but you really need to get out there again. And her mom's like, I'm fine. I'm good. I know I'm fabulous, but I don't need to start dating again. And the daughter's like, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I'm going to put her on a dating app. So she sneaks and puts her on a dating app. And she builds this dating app, and she puts her nice pictures on there because her mom is actually fabulous. She looks pretty good for her age. And she starts to match. And now that she's starting to match, she has to go ahead and tell her mom what she did. And her
Mhm.
mom's like, I can't believe what you did. How could you do this to me? What? All right, let me see what you did.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey.
So she actually starts to go out on these dates. And as she's starting to meet these men that she matches with, that's when the comedy happens.
Yeah.
Um, and it takes place in New Orleans, so there's all of the magic of New Orleans in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll tell you, the seniors who have read this book have absolutely loved this book. And the book is available on Amazon, but the reason why there's a square link on the screen right now is because one of my older sorority sisters read the book and she absolutely loved it. And what I wanted to do for her is she is one of my what we call our crystal doves. She's been
Mhm.
in the sorority for over 50 years. And what I wanted to do was our crystal doves who have been in the sorority for over 50 years, um, they have a scholarship. And what I told her is that um, if for anybody who clicks this link and purchases the book through this link, $3 for every book that's purchased will go toward their scholarship fund.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so as much as I love getting sales through Amazon or Barnes and Noble or so forth, the anybody who purchases through this link, this is a link with a purpose.
Yes.
So what I want to do is I want to be able to give back. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm all about literacy.
Yes.
Because I host the Black History Month Literary Weekend every February, and so I'm all about scholarship. So what I want to do is be able to give back with this book. So I'm asking people, if you want to purchase this book, to please click this link. It's in the chat, I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
Um,
It's on the
okay,
screen
great,
too as well for those watching by video. They can
awesome.
purchase it and go back. Literacy in any way, shape, or form that is not only enjoyable but is awful also helpful to someone else. I'm all about it. So make sure you
Amen.
click on the link and so that we can help promote and continue literacy. But I love the story. I
Thank you.
love the idea of the story, and you're right. The senior ladies are always very loyal. For one thing, they're great loyal readers. They're big time supporters. They share, and I'm always excited about the book clubs and anybody who is supporting literacy from the, as they say, from the authors literally around the world, especially with fiction. We thank you.
Yes.
We
So I
thank you. We
yes.
thank
So
you.
I just want to just thank the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta sorority who just had our national convention
I
in
know I saw
Nashville.
y'all. Y'all was doing the thing.
I know,
I know I
right?
saw y'all.
Yes. Yeah,
Ah.
so I just want to thank my sorors in Alabama because it's the Zeta Crystal Doves in Alabama who asked me to do this. And so this is who the scholarship money is going to go to. So please click the link and purchase the book so they can get this scholarship money.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's twofold. It's fantastic, and we thank you. And we love that story. The story ideas. You're right. Christmas stories. There's usually there may be a struggle. Sometimes the Christmas movies, I'd be like, really? We fighting all over because the Christmas cookies didn't get baked in time,
Yes, it's
or
always
the
a corny
gingerbread.
story.
Oh God, it's always something. You know, the can we couldn't get the tree to work. Oh, it won't light up. Oh, oh my Lord. I'm just like,
But it's cute
okay, this
though.
is
But
too.
it's
It
cute.
is. It is. It's unity, community, and everybody's got to pitch in, and from the little children to the oldest in the little town, everybody's feverishly. Oh Lord, feverishly doing it, and I'm like, oh, it's so wonderful. And they may have a little romance thrown in, and it all works out, and the bank uh calls off the loan, and oh yay, they get a stay, oh they get a move, oh and, and you know that is one of the beauties of fiction, is that it has the ability to okay, now I'm telling my age, I'm 63. Calgon take you away. It has the ability to take you into another place, space, and time so that you really get to enjoy a different type of life, a different mood, and type of situation, and takes you back for fonder years, and it's just cute. It's just really cute, and but there's always a problem to solve. There's always a puzzle. There's always something we got to figure out. Oh, we got to do something different. So yeah, that's a wonderful thing. A wonderful idea, and I've written a book that's old Irma, and I always say, love at any age, I love at any stage. And
I
so
love
just because,
that.
yeah, just because you're older doesn't necessarily mean woo. And because I know plenty of ladies in their 60s and 70s that's getting married for the second or third time. They
Or
not let no
first.
grass. Yeah, or first, exactly. My cousin did it 56, 7, something like that.
Mm.
But so I'm like, honey, love it any age, love it any stage. It show don't matter. Okay, Brooks, I'm ready to hear it.
Okay. I'm gonna start off with it's 33 years later. So before this, it was a prologue, but I want to read this part. It goes, another Christmas ruin in this city of mine, said Gideon to himself. On the day of Christmas, you will hear all the children crying. My whole life, Christmas had always been like this. When you open your presents, the toys are broken and never assembled, clothes are ripped, and the jewelry is in pieces. Nobody in our city knows the reason. Every year, the kids wonder why Santa treats them like this. I know terrific kids who get spoiled Christmases. Used to I'm used to these sounds, and the sorrow from the children no longer gets to, the sorrow from the children no longer gets to me. In my town, so many people don't believe it. I never have seen the magic. Every year I ride the bus in the morning, watching people's faces, which usually puts a smile on mine, knowing we are all going through the same thing. The misery of Christmas is kids playing with deflated balls and board games pieces with missing pieces. If I had a chance, I would take care of the one they say brings joy and love. Although Gideon was deep in thought, he was brought out of it when he heard somebody playing a song. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. Let earth receive her King. Let every heart prepare him room in heaven and nature. Sing. People in their seats on the bus turned around to determine where the music was coming from. She was so beautiful, sitting there humming along with the music with an affectionate smile, eyes gazing into souls while listening to what Gideon will call a forbidden song. Joy to the earth, the Savior reigns. Let all their songs employ. Out of nowhere, one woman riding the bus asked her, "Can you turn that music down?" A child looked at her broken toy as she sat beside her mother. There was no joy in that little girl's eyes. The woman playing the Christmas song turned down the volume, began looking in her bag for what Gideon thought were headphones. Looking at her, he had to ask, "Why are you playing that song?" She looked at me confused and said, "It's the spirit. I love Christmas." "Why? What is your name?" In the sweetest voice, she replied, "Winter." "What is your name, sir?" "I'm Gideon," he responded as he moved beside her.
Dun dun dun. Dun dun
So
dun.
yeah, so basically it's like I use the city to where like I use the city where imagine a city for so many years all these children have not received toys. Now not the world, but just this certain city. And that city kind of reflected how I was feeling, you know what I mean? Like not having that Christmas spirit and then getting introduced to somebody. So it's a nice love story, but um it tackles the situations where nowadays a lot of kids don't believe in Santa and the joy and the families. You don't really see it as much or as prevalent. So I just kind of wanted to bring that aspect and try to bring a Christmas story, into light. That's a little, that's really good. Hey,
I
ma.
love it. I know. His mommy is so supportive and we love it. Hey love, how are you? So glad you joined us. So glad you're here. But what I think there was a movie one time, The Town That Christmas Forgot. And of course the famous Scrooge one is, that's always the way it goes with not being able to have toys and the
Yeah.
whole 9 yards, and Scrooge is so mean and stealing all the, I mean, but in the end, hi, he gets a heart and he's warm and fuzzy and all the good things, so
Yeah, so it's kind of like that aspect, bringing the Grinch or the Scrooge in the aspect of the
yeah,
Christmas
so
story while having Christmas spirit. So, it was like what I mean, like Doctor said, it was really fun writing this story. Um,
right. So just a couple tips, since we've talked about marketing and promotions and how you really need to start off. Okay, so you brought your home fan club. Yeah, there's your auntie.
That's my auntie right there.
There's your auntie.
That's my
I
auntie, my
know. I saw
mama.
the picture. I'm like, ooh,
Oh,
that's Brooke's auntie. That's his mama. I love it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's my cousin. Like, hey,
Got
Mr.
the
Kevin,
family
how
on
are
here.
you?
my
This is
goodness.
Oh
Callie.
yeah, my family
I
in here.
know, Mr. Kevin. Oh yeah, I know it. He got his own fan club.
I
Don't
see. I'm
play with
not
Brooke.
mad
Man,
at it.
Yeah, don't play with
my
Brooke.
family deep when they pop out.
I'm blessed too, mommy, and so glad you're here with us tonight. I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So I guess my last question is, do you outline first or do you write? This is for writers. Do you outline first or do you start writing right in?
I actually used to consider myself a pantser. I used to write by the seat of my pants, but I found that I actually write faster by doing an outline first. I may not always follow the outline, but at least going into my story with a plan helps me to focus a little bit more because I know where I want to go with my story.
Yeah.
And I know you mentioned at the beginning that I'm kind of one of the leading people in AI, and I want to clarify because I still, when it comes to writing, I am 100% a human writer.
Yeah.
I do my own writing.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to AI, the way I use AI is I do a lot of my planning with AI. So what I do is I use AI to help me with with planning my characters. I might use it to do a lot of my outlining when I'm just kind of planning my story. And then sometimes I use it for brainstorming, just for planning. But then when I actually get ready to write, I like to write my own stories, and you've heard me say it 1,000 times. I don't
Right.
like the way AI writes.
No.
Even if I told it to draft something for me, I just don't like the way AI writes, and I would never turn something in and put my name on it because I don't like the way it writes. So
Absolutely.
I'm always going to put my human touch on anything that has my name on it because I think my ego is just a little bit too much. that
25 books. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, well, it's 25 books. You like the writing process. You love it. The bug bit you just like it bit me. I really
Absolutely.
enjoy it. Now, I'm like you in that I use AI as a tool. I use
Mhm.
it as to help with that initial process, but no, I like fighting through the which twist and turn should the characters take next. I'm in the
Right.
middle of I'm writing like 3 fiction books because I'm really feel like I'm behind. So I'm writing by 3 at the same time, and I'm not stuck. I'm just like, what's the next turn, and what's
Right.
the
And
thing they
I've done
should do
that
next?
where when I've come to a part like I don't know where to go next. I
Yeah,
might say, okay, like for instance, when I was writing Surprise Right, I wanted I needed one of my characters to be in a certain spot, but I couldn't figure out why this character should be there. And
yeah,
so I'm like, okay, um I need some ideas on how I can get this character to be from and at point B. I need my character to be at point B, but I can't think of a reason why he would be at point B. So can you give me some ideas as to why he would be at point B? And so it spit out a few ideas, and I was like, okay, well, I think I like this idea. And
you're right,
I just kept on writing.
right.
That's the way I use it. But no, I don't think that anybody should be letting AI just write a book for them. And I saw an entire post on here are the prompts to let Claude write your entire book for you.
Yeah, I've seen
And
that too.
I responded to that. I'm like, y'all can try that if you want to. In fact, I have a post that I'll be posting about that pretty soon.
Right. Well, the other thing too is that when you're on a platform such as this, and I ask you what's the backstory, and you're looking like a deer in
Yeah,
headlights.
you're like,
Yeah, how
well,
did
what
I
had
come up with
happened,
that?
right?
Right, right, right.
I don't even know.
Right.
I put a prompt in,
Yeah.
and
Right, right. And so, but there are people out there who just want a book out there. So It's a
Right.
real place. Everybody has to make that adult decision on their own. Yeah. I mean, that's just the way it is. But I use AI a lot as a tool and a resource. So I'm as I say, I'm not hating on nobody for how they do use it. I just want you to know you're gonna have to answer some questions. People are gonna
Exactly.
be asking you some questions and about how that works. Now, Brooks, your poetry takes a whole lot of twists and turns and fictionalized. I mean, are you an outliner or you just stop and then turn which
No,
way it goes?
because my poems and my stories are all rhyme, I let the pen guide it. I do in my head, I kind of have an outline of where I'm going, but when I really get intimate with my characters, I really let my characters do them.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've realized. That's why you said it would be a lot of twisting, because my outline, I'm going right, and out of nowhere, one of my characters is like, "Nah, we going this way," and it was like,
Yeah. Yep.
"Bet,
Yeah.
all right, we can go that way." I was,
Right.
and I feel like that excites me in writing because it excites myself. I get excited.
Yeah.
Like I didn't even know the book was like, I'm somewhere in one of my books right now where I didn't even know we were going right here, which makes it like,
Yeah.
and kind of like what the doctor was saying, like, where do okay, you need to get here from here to here. How do I get that? And
Yeah.
then when those come naturally where the character's like, I got you, we going boom,
Oh yeah.
we right here. And so I do it that way, but I do kind of have an outline in my head of where the book is going or how I'm going to structure it. But for the most part, when I put the pen in the paper, the pen just speak, and
Yeah.
I just let it guide.
Yeah.
Another thing I do is I dream. So I take naps in the day. If I'm stuck on a scene, sometimes I would ponder on that and take like an hour nap and let it and see it, and then wake up and then write to it. So
That's the
that's
way I used to write
another
college papers.
tip.
Yeah. I didn't necessarily go to sleep, but I would walk away from it
Yeah.
and
And I
then
tell
let it
people that
roam
all
around
the
in me.
time. Just walk
Yeah.
away. If you get stuck, because if you sit there and just stare at the computer screen, you're going to be even more stuck because you're starting to stress yourself out. So
Exactly.
sometimes if you walk away, go get something to drink, go take a walk, go exercise or something, to go take a nap. And
Yeah.
when you come back with a fresh perspective,
Exactly.
you're able to start writing. And I do like what you said about just letting the character take you where it wants to go, because sometimes that's the best way to do it. That's
It
why I
is.
said I start off with an outline, but I may not always follow that outline. I like to at least go into the story with a plan, but as I start writing, I might veer off from that plan a little bit. But I at least like to go in, at least knowing where I want to go.
Exactly. That blank page, that
That's
blank
a smart
screen.
idea. That is, make
Yeah.
sure you know where you're going before you just let the pen.
Yeah.
It is
Well,
smart
sometimes you get
to
caught up
have
and you don't know how. And I always say, how am I gonna land this plane? And
kind of know
I
where
mean, like,
like
where is it going? What airport am I supposed to be pulling in? And what's the gate? I
right,
can't,
or
I can't do that anymore.
have like, okay, this is my beginning outline, this is my end, and in the middle just let it be, then let that be your
Right.
but you know where the beginning is, and okay, in this book I want to end here, so you got
Right.
you got all this space where you could just be creative. But yes, doctor,
Exactly.
you are right. You need don't just anybody that's listening, don't just without no
It'll
vision,
take
because
you
now you're gonna
years.
get lost, and then you're gonna
It
blame
will
me. Hey,
literally take you
poetry said.
right. It will take you years to finish if you just kind of just
Yeah.
like go
So at
willy
least have an
nilly.
idea, and
Yeah.
then you can let it flow. But
I have read some books where it looks like the person went into it with no plan, because it
Yeah.
was just going everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
And
like,
then I know,
okay,
what ends up happening when I'm going off the rails like that, I realize that is the start of a new book. When I get too many characters, when I get too many themes, because I'm in one book right now. I'm like, we didn't gone off. That's book 3. So we're gonna have to pull that out to go into. I never delete anything. Now that's another rule of thumb for me. Just
I
open up a
like
new
that. Don't
document.
delete it. Just move it
Don't
to the
delete it.
side.
Just move it to another thing and come back to it. But I done gone, as they say, I don't run off the rails. I can't.
Yeah.
I gotta
Right? It's like
come on back.
puzzles. You
Come on
can
back.
you can start something in the beginning and then you can put it at the end. Like you don't have to necessarily be set in stone. Like you could play with your writing and different. You could write a scene and that could be like your mid. You write this first scene could be your end scene. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's something with
That's the wonderful thing
who did
about
that? J.K.
technology.
Rowling.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling did that. She wrote the end of Harry Potter and then was like, I'm gonna keep this away. And then she wrote from the
top down. Right.
I know how to fit. Like I got the finishing. Now it's just like I said.
I'm sorry, Dr. Lawson, what was you saying?
No, sure. What did I say?
I think you said beauty of technology.
No, I was saying that was the beauty of technology, because now with cut and paste, you can do that. I mean, back when we were writing things by hand, it was a little harder to do that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but now that we you should have seen when I first joined the Army, the computers we were using. Oh my
Lord,
goodness.
I can't even imagine.
I joined the Army in the 90s. If you had seen the computers we were using back then versus what we're using now, it looked like the Stone Ages. Just think about when my mom joined the Air Force versus when I joined the Army. You should see what we were using when I first joined the Army, because I joined the Army as a public affairs officer.
Okay.
I was an Army journalist, and we learned how to take photos using dark rooms. You know,
oh Lord, oh yeah,
exactly. But by the time I graduated from my advanced individual training, we weren't even using dark rooms anymore. We didn't.
Wow.
So we learned how to use that, but I never even had to use that so-called talent after I graduated. We were just taking our film and taking it across the street to the store and asking them to develop it.
I know.
But then, like, they said, when I got to my next duty station, they said, okay, we're not using that anymore. We're going to use digital cameras. And I was like, digital cameras?
Yeah, what is that? See,
those are going to be terrible. I was using a digital camera. And then I remember the first time I saw a digital camera on the phone, I'm like, that's stupid. Who wants to take pictures on their phone? Why would anybody do that? That's so stupid. And now look at us.
Yeah, look at us, honey. You got to be careful, because maybe they can be taking pictures so fast.
Right.
Now you could be on your phone on a video call.
That's right. Yeah. And then the beautiful thing. So writers today do not have, any excuse. It's just the discipline of it. It is a discipline. It is.
I tell people,
feed it.
Yeah, I tell people, if you really want to start, 7 minutes a day. You have 24 hours in the day. You could put aside, and that starts the discipline. Because if you really like writing and you do 7 minutes, and let's just say for a whole month you did 7 minutes a day, and one day you sit down and you have a 2-hour sprint, like you're like, whoa, and then you get that feeling. Yep. Oh, after that, you like, I can do an hour. Right. Set aside. But if you start with 7 minutes a day,
it is.
You start with the consistency, because one day your brain is gonna be like, especially when you start really getting into your story, you're gonna want an hour, 2-hour session. You know what I mean?
And let it be a really good scene.
Give me 5 hours, boy. I'm set.
I'll be like, Brian's like, dinner, come on down. I'm like, wait a minute. I need one more line. Hold on. I got a paragraph. Let me
try to finish this scene.
Great. I got to finish this scene.
But you know, the mark of a really good scene is pick up your book later on.
Yeah.
And read it.
Yeah.
And you're still laughing at the scene.
Yes.
Because I've picked up a book, one of my older books, and I was reading it. And I was still laughing at the scene, like I wasn't the one who wrote it.
Exactly. And you're like, then me, I'm like, I can't believe I wrote that. That is really good.
And that's when and those are the parts when my character, those are the scenes that really when my character decided, because it shocks me. Like I still like I'm glad I went that route. You know what I mean? What I was thinking.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You don't want your character to stop talking. Now, I've had that happen. Like, you don't want to do what I want. Oh, well, I'll wait.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, and I can't force it. I can't. I mean, it doesn't flow easily. I
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
most people are listening, going, "Okay, y'all got a therapist? What do you mean?" Characters are talking, but if you write fiction, you know exactly what I mean because the characters take over and the ideas come in your head, and they're like, "I'm." So I wrote 2 books, The Men of Robert Junction. They came book one and book two just flowed out. Book 3, Xavier, he said, "No, all right, I'll tell you my story when I'm ready." And then it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm ready. Ready? You ready? He's like, "If you want my story, you better get it now." And that's it.
You better get it
Flow.
now.
Boom. You better get. And he
Get it
said it.
on,
You
don't
better
get
get
it
it
at
now.
all.
Right. This has been a pleasure. I knew God was in this thing right here. Christmas in July. My guest, Brooks Crittenden and Dr. Rhonda Lawson. Thank you so much for being my guest.
Thank you
And
for having us.
really, I mean, just like, ooh,
No, thank you. Thank
it
you.
is a
And
real
I wanted
opportunity.
to tell the fan, if you do get into the Christmas story, know that it will be another book coming after.
I was
I'm
gonna
gonna be
ask, what's
working.
next? Real quick, because
Um,
I know we got to move on.
yeah, I got another theme to continue the Gideon and Winter story right after it, and I want to do different themes of the holiday. So
Oh, okay.
just a little drop of a nugget, but still the same story of it. So yes.
Anything else? Any other holiday coming for you, Dr. Lawson?
I don't know if I'm going to be doing another holiday story, but I am actually planning on a nonfiction. Believe it or not, I'm
No,
known for
no.
doing fiction, even though
Yeah.
all I edit is nonfiction, but all I write is fiction. But I am actually planning a nonfiction, and I plan on getting that out before the end of the year. So
Okay. Be on
be
the
looking
lookout.
for that nonfiction from me very soon.
Absolutely. Well, I'm in the fiction world. So I've done quite a bit of nonfiction last year and a lot of business stuff for authors, social media, speaking about your book, all those good things. But I got to get my characters like, "Excuse me, did you forget about us? Hello." So that, I'm like, I just said, hold on, I better get these boys and
Can't
girls
forget them
out.
characters.
Yeah,
They
I
gonna
bet. Hold on,
Yep.
they
they'll
ready to
talk you
talk.
to death.
They gonna talk me to death. So it's been a pleasure. Christmas in July. Be sure and check out not only these authors, but all authors. Get their books early, hide them under the bed, put them in the closet, so we can spread love and spread literacy literally around the world. Quick tip that we're in the lowest reading percentage of all time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
getting back to reading, whether it's paperback or ebook, come on in. Share the love of reading, and you may have to dig a little deeper because you might need to get some books. There's plenty of books out there, but get some books that they're interested in. And believe you me, if you have say I can't find it, inbox me and tell me I might write it. Because I really want to have books that kids want to read. And I think that's one of the main
Um,
reasons why kids don't read.
and one thing I wanted to say on that before we leave for anybody of that's another reason why I write in all rhyme. I've been told that a second grader can read it, an eighth grader would understand it, and an adult would love it. So, like Miss Julia is saying, bringing in that aspect to the family together, where you could read with your kids and not just be one of those books like like it's something you're enjoying as well. So the whole family,
Exactly.
something the whole family. Like I read chapter 1, so tell me what chapter 1 about. Let's break this down together.
Right,
And it's
right,
something
right.
that the parents and the kids could do together while loving the stories and making it fun with all rhyme. So you're
Absolutely.
right, Miss Julia.
Yeah. Well, my mother read to me, so that's how I fell in love with reading and fell in love with books. So I offered that suggestion. Thank you all so much for being my guest, everybody for being on. We appreciate you. Support readers, supporting bring my Christmas book in the You got your orders, your mother orders, bring her Christmas book. But be sure and check out these authors. Tune in next time. Love this conversation. Christmas in July. Enjoy, support. Until next time, be blessed. Bye bye.
Bye.